What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down some of the best lifts that are going to make you faster. Let's get started with this video. But before we get started with this video, fellas, we're going to be traveling out to 9 more states across the country this year for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. So if you guys are local to the St. Louis, Missouri area, Honolulu, Hawaii, Boston, Massachusetts, Cleveland, Ohio, Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, Newark, New Jersey, Denver, Colorado, and Los Angeles, California areas, we would love to have you out to one of our 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. If you guys want some more information on that and learn how you can sign up, check out that very first link in the description below. It's where you can access all the information, secure your spot while we are in those 9 different states. So very first link in that description below. Let's get back to this video. Alright guys, so when it comes to speed, when it comes to trying to be fast, one of the most important things that you have to work on in the gym are your fast twitch muscle fibers. So you need to be doing exercises in the gym that are going to increase those fast twitch muscle fibers and increase that explosion on the field. Because when we run, this first exercise is going to be a single leg exercise. It's going to be an explosive split squat. So what this is going to do is going to work on your power and your drive, because when you run, more often than not, what are you on? You're on one leg. Your left foot hits the ground, you strike, you push up, you have to explode, you have to drive your knee, and that's what this exercise is going to essentially be working on. So I'm sure everybody has seen a split squat before where, you know, whether you got a barbell on your back, holding 2 dumbbells, you're doing it body weight where you put one foot onto a bench and you squat down on one leg. Very important when you do this, then we are not letting my knee cave in. But now, while we are doing this, you can do this with dumbbells. I'm going to show you guys how to do this body weight first, but what you're going to do essentially is you are going to squat down like so, and as soon as you hit the bottom, you are going to explode up and try to snatch your knee up as high as you can. So this is working on that single leg explosion that we need when we're actually trying to run fast, and have that good knee drive. So again, we drop down. As soon as we get down, we explode up, try to snatch the knee, and come right back down. Make sure when you land at the bottom of this exercise, we're not landing with my heel. We're still practicing good foot strike principles. Because when we run, fellas, we're not running on my heel. We're not running on my tippy toes. We're on the ball of my foot so we could actually drive and get my knee up. So that's how you guys want to land. So best course of action, I would say, you want to stay in probably that like 5 to 8 rep range and focus on being as explosive as possible. Alright guys, so this next exercise is going to be working on similar concepts as the last exercise. It's going to be working on your explosion off of one specific leg. So this is going to be an alternating jumping lunge with dumbbells. So all you're going to be doing, I'm sure everybody has seen a lunge before, where the same thing, you're holding a barbell, holding dumbbells, body weight, where you do a lunge. But all we're going to be doing is we're starting in a lunge position. You're going to be holding 2 dumbbells at your side. I'm going to show you how this is going to look like full speed in a second. But 2 dumbbells by your side, and all you were doing is you were going to explode up and switch your feet and land again in this like lunge position with the opposite leg. So it's pretty much like you're switching the legs midair. So this obviously works on stability, this works on balance. It's obviously going to work on strength, but it also works on that quick twitch and explosion. You're not going to be able to do this if you don't have explosion, and that's what we were trying to emphasize in the gym when we were working on my speed. This is the exercise you can do in your room. You don't have to have dumbbells for this, but dumbbells certainly make this much more difficult for you more advanced guys out there. So again, you're here. These are 25s. I would say maybe, maybe don't go over 30s, depending on how strong you are, but I would say anywhere from that 10 to 25 pound range. We're here in this lunge position. Alternate, land, make sure when we land again, we are landing on that ball of my foot, practicing good foot strike principles, not landing on the heel or my tippy toe. Same thing, you probably want to stay in that 5 to 8 rep range, just to try to emphasize be as explosive as possible. Alright guys, so the next exercise I want to talk about is going to directly translate to running mechanics, right? So when we run and we're trying to be fast, obviously running form is very, very important. I feel like you could work on your running form for only so long to where you're eventually tapped out, and you need to do things like these exercises that we are showing you for speed, for explosion, and for obviously just increasing those fast twitch muscle fibers like we talked about. So this is going to be called an explosive step up. It is very, very similar to the running mechanics of when you were just trying to have that good knee drive, have that long stride, etc. So what you're going to do, you need 2 dumbbells, you need a bench press, or not a bench press, but you need a bench, and all you're going to be doing is holding these dumbbells at your side. Both feet are going to be on the ground. What you are going to do is you're going to step with your right foot onto the bench first, and then as soon as you step with your right foot onto the bench, you're going to push off of this right foot and snatch the opposite knee up, and you're going to try to hold that position for a split second. With that perfect 90-degree angle, you're probably going to feel this in your hips a little bit, but it's good to work on that explosive knee drive. And again, again, this is adding some resistance to it because we have dumbbells. Do you need dumbbells? No, but it certainly makes it a lot more difficult. So again, you start with your right foot on, both feet on the ground. You step right, left, then you come back down. You could alternate if you want. Step left, then snatch the right. However you guys want to play this thing. Or you could do 8 reps on one leg, 8 reps on the other leg, but make sure we get the same amount of reps. So full deal, how it'll look. Got dumbbells. You're going to start flat-footed. Right, left. Hold it. And you come back down. And while we move up, fellas, if 25s, that's what I'm using, if that's too heavy for you and you're moving slow, we're not getting the most out of this. To be fast, to perform fast on the field, we have to move weights fast. And sometimes that means maybe going a little bit lighter. But in the gym, to work on your speed, to work on that quick twitch, we have to be moving quickly in here. So don't need to go super heavy on the dumbbells. If you want to start body weight, that's totally fine. All right, guys, now we're going to be breaking down one of my favorite exercises in the gym for speed and for explosion. I call this a kneeling squat jump or a kneeling jump. It's all just based on generating those fast twitch muscle fibers and working on that explosion from your hips and from your legs. So what you're going to be doing is you could do this with dumbbells. I recommend doing this with dumbbells, but a lot of you are probably going to have to do it body weight first to get the mechanics of this down. You're going to start out on your knees like so. The back of your feet are going to be flat on the ground. So I'm going to do it body weight first, then I'll show you what to do. So you're going to be here on your knees, you're going to dip your butt down, try to keep your chest up, and you're going to explode from your hips into a jump and then into a squat, and you're going to stick that position. Now, I used to do this exercise a lot. We used to have to do this with lifting when I played, and I would put like a barbell on my back. I would do it with a barbell. I'd put a 25 on each side, a plate on each side. And I know it seems like a crazy amount of weight for this specific exercise, but I got very, very good at this exercise over time from doing it over and over and over again. Do I recommend doing it with a barbell? Absolutely not. That was probably one of the worst things I could have done for my knees because I would land. And as you can see on this, when you land, it is very tough to land with your knees behind your toes. I would land with my knees over my toes, and I had crazy, crazy knee problems. So you have to understand that this type of exercise, your form, is just as important about trying to be as explosive as possible because we do not want to build bad habits, and those bad habits, that constant wear and tear, can lead to injury, right? So that's why I say go light on this. Go body weight if you need to. That's totally fine. Go dumbbells if you need to, but again, all we were doing is we were trying to shoot up and explode from my hips, which when I'm running, that's where all my power comes from. Let's say you're running a 40-yard dash, you're coming out of a stance, you have to explode up with your knee, and where do you think that explosion comes from? What is your leg attached to? Your hip. Your hips are probably the most important muscle, joint, everything about your body. So you come up here again, holding dumbbells, you dip down at the hips, you explode up, and you make sure that those knees don't go past those toes to work on that fast twitch, that quick twitch, which will translate to on-field speed. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions on any of the exercises we've covered in this video or other exercises you can do to get faster, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. And also, fellas, if you would like to come train with us while we are coming to 9 different states this offseason for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of those camps. Again, very first link below. I'll see you guys next time.